So the team's 2-0, everything's great, the world is happy and sunshiny, and then a loss happens. How do you and the team bounce back from that?
Yeah, it sucks. We were riding on top of the world going in, but in this conference, you can't take any team for granted. So coming back home with the loss, it's not a good feeling, but we got to put it in the past. We still have 8 games left, guaranteed, and just look at the one that's ahead of us. So, we're not riding on it by no means, but yeah, it's not good. It's going to sit inside of us, and just we have to use it as fuel. So, yeah, just look at the next game in front of us and go from there.
How do you separate that? Still, reminding yourself that there was a loss to use it for fuel, but then also remembering there's an opponent coming up next Saturday. Is there a day, is there a time to do that, or how do you kind of separate those two?
Yeah, we come in every Monday after the game and reflect on the game we just had and watch film, learn from it, find the mistakes that we need to get fixed, and then after we're done with our position meetings and that game's through, it's next game. Just got to switch the flip in your mind and just that game's over and get ready for the next.
2 games in a row, you guys have gotten off to quick starts and we're rolling and then hit a wall or something happens and the game flips. Any notion why and what's it going to take to prevent that from continuing to happen?
Yeah, I wish I could answer that for you. We've past 3 games really, we've came out fast and starting on top of things, and it's almost like we almost lay back a little bit, and which we should not do that. We can't do that, and especially in this conference. I can't answer specifically why we do that. It's just a little bit of maturity level, and I know we have a lot of older guys on this team, and that needs to switch now. We can't keep doing that the rest of the season, and we got to get it fixed this week. But I can't specifically explain why that's happening. It's not fun. It sucks, and it comes from within, and we need to get it changed.
As one of the veteran players on the team, do you feel an added responsibility to provide a leadership role, especially with the young players?
Oh yeah, my sophomore year, I was voted a team captain, and I've been one ever since. And that sits heavy on my shoulders of being a leader and taking accountability and how we need to lead this team in the right way and doing things how we're supposed to do it. But yeah, it's a lot though. You want to get your word in and bring everyone along, and you want to lead by example and all of that. But it really, you set the stone and people will follow.
How would you evaluate the defense? It seems at times you guys have played really well, maybe other times not to the potential you would like. Just your thoughts on the defense and then maybe areas that can improve on here.
Yeah, we got to be better on first downs and get off the field on third downs when we're in those situations. Up front, we got to win the line of scrimmage, and then it starts up there. But in the back end, we got to be more disciplined, and communication's our biggest thing, and that starts with me being the free safety. So I'm going to have to step up in that and getting everyone on the same page.
How did you end up at Fort Hays State, or the decision to come to Fort Hays State? How did that come about?
It was the coaches. That was the ultimate reason why I came here, and I'm also only an hour away from my hometown, which is nice. But yeah, Coach Brown was my main factor and decision on coming here.
We hear from kids every once in a while. You said being within an hour. Sometimes that's good for kids, and sometimes they want to get as far away from home as possible. It sounds like that was something that maybe helped out a little bit.
Yeah. I've been only an hour, like you said. I grew up coming here all the time to Hays, so it was nothing new to me. I knew the community was great, and the support to Fort Hays was awesome. And my sister obviously, or actually graduated from here too, and my mom did as well. So I mean, it just felt like second home.
So about Northeastern a little bit, I mean, it's been a program that's been downtrodden. I think 5 of the last 6 games have been not games and blowouts, but looking at them, they seem to be much, much improved. How do you fight the remembering what Northeastern has been and preparing for what you're going to face Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, we know they got pretty much a whole new team, and we've watched the games that they have had this year, and we can't take them lightly. Years past, it's in the past for a reason. This year is a whole new year, and we know that they've played in the MIAA for however many years it's been, and they're leaving, but they know what it takes to play in this conference just like we do. So, I mean, we can't look at it anything from the past of what's happened. This is a completely new year.